This is Jason. He's been gambling every single day for 6 years, but has finally decided to stop. He's been clean for a week now, but the temptations are starting to get to him. He sits around doing nothing except trying not to gamble. And then he sees a commercial on TV for a $100 deposit match on the new sportsbook. He thinks about it for 5 minutes, considers calling his support group sponsor, but decides to just go ahead and make the bet. It's free money, right? Leo was gambling for just as long as Jason, and was also a week clean from his addiction. He felt those same temptations and acknowledged how he felt. But when he saw the same commercial as Jason, he decided to turn off the TV and go to the gym. On his way to the gym, he called his sponsor, and they had a conversation about the urges that he was feeling. Leo's urges were just as strong, but instead of sitting around and waiting for something to go badly, Leo got his body and mind moving in the right direction. When it comes to gambling urges in addiction recovery, we all feel them, especially in the beginning. However, we're more than these urges. And today, I'm going to tell you 10 ways to deal with them when you encounter them so you can keep living a gambling-free life. I'm Rob, and I'm a recovering compulsive gambler. I made my last bet on November the 12th of 2022, and since then I made it my personal mission to help you to recover from a gambling addiction faster than I did. Before we dive into today's video, I want to ask that if you're interested in gambling or gambling addiction recovery, to please smash that subscribe button to stay up to date on the content that I create here on my channel. Let's talk about what Jason did wrong and Leo did right so that you can make the decisions that'll lead to a happy and peaceful life for yourself. Our first strategy involves delaying those intense gambling urges. By putting some time between the urge and the action, you can reduce its intensity. Many have found success using this method. Start by setting a time limit, distracting yourself with an engaging activity, or even practicing mindfulness to ride out the wave of craving. While Jason would immediately say, "I can't gamble," Leo would say, "I'll gamble an hour from now." While it seems like Jason's making the better decision, he's immediately putting pressure on himself to make the right decision. Leo, on the other hand, is putting some time between the thought and the action, rather than fighting it, because he knows that urges are short-lived and that by the time an hour goes by, he'll be in a much better mindset and not want to gamble as much. Exercise. Tip number 2 is a powerful tool. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, nature's mood enhancers. Engaging in physical activity can help to diminish those strong urges by lifting up your spirits. Consider jogging, yoga, or even playing a sport that you enjoy like pickleball to put those endorphins to work for you. While Jason would sit still and hang around the house, Leo would get his body and mind moving and go spend some time with friends on the basketball court. Not only does exercising help you to feel better, but it gets you out of your own head and into the game. Tip number 3 involves redirecting your energy. Instead of giving in to gambling, invest your time and enthusiasm into a passion or even a potential business venture. Many have successfully channeled their energy towards creative pursuits, turning their lives around in the process. While Jason would sit around watching the grass grow in his backyard, bored out of his mind, Leo would be focused on putting his desire for competition and financial success into something productive, like starting a side hustle or a small business. Not only would he be channeling his energy positively, but he'd have an actual chance to get rich instead of an illusion of wealth that gambling would have provided. Our fourth strategy encourages you to take a walk without your phone. In today's digital age, smartphones can be a gateway into gambling platforms. A phone-free walk allows you to disconnect from these temptations, allowing you to focus on the present moment and reduce access to those triggers for the time being. Jason would walk with his phone in hand, scrolling Twitter and seeing all the game lines for that night. Leo would take the time to focus on his breathing and reconnect with the moment. Sometimes reducing the amount of stimulation in your life will do wonders in helping you to refocus yourself and thus battle gambling addiction urges when they arise. If you're more focused, you're more prepared. Positive self-talk, our fifth tip, can be an absolute game changer. How you talk to yourself matters. Negative self-talk can feed into the gambling cycle, but positive self-talk empowers you to resist those urges. Through affirmations and reframing negative thoughts, you can build mental strength. While Jason would sit around feeling sorry about his situation and the amount of money that he lost gambling, Leo would note that he made some mistakes, and he'd try to use them as learning lessons. We all have negativity in our lives, but it's up to us to determine how to use it. Avoiding triggers. Tip number 6 is crucial. Identify what sets off your gambling urges, be it stress, boredom, or financial woes. By recognizing and steering clear of these triggers, you can significantly reduce the chances of giving in to temptation. While Jason would go about living his day blindly, fearing that he might encounter temptations like that gambling commercial from the beginning, Leo would try to structure his day to encounter as few temptations as possible. He'd be more likely to spend less time on his phone waiting for an ad to pop up that could tempt him. We can't always avoid triggers, but we can try to set ourselves up for success by determining our hobbies and environment. Tip 7 involves recalling the harm that gambling has caused. Reflect on the negative consequences, as this can strengthen your resolve to overcome the urges. Real-life stories of people who've suffered due to their gambling habits can serve as poignant reminders. You can find this at a group meeting, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. While Jason would remember all the times he hit big and won and fantasize about going back and doing it again, Leo would reflect on the negative emotions that gambling brought into his life: debt, depression, stress, and anxiety, and know that he doesn't want to put himself in that situation ever again. As previously mentioned, joining a support group, tip number 8, is a lifeline. Surrounding yourself with people who understand your struggles can provide comfort and encouragement. These groups offer a safe space for sharing experiences and seeking guidance on the path to recovery. While Jason thinks he can beat this addiction on his own and thus falls into periods of temptation when his willpower is low, Leo knows that he needs the support and accountability of a group to make the difference in his recovery journey. He knows that there's strength in numbers. A support group gives you the chance to share your story, be honest, and learn valuable tips for battling gambling urges from other people who have been fighting those same urges for years. Tip number 9 invites you to engage in watching entertainment. Starting a new book or TV series can help to shift your focus away from urges. Immersing yourself in a compelling narrative can be a great way to break the cycle of craving. While Jason would stream slots and blackjack videos on his phone, Leo is checking out the newest Netflix shows. Though neither are solving world hunger by spending some time watching TV, Leo is not surrounding himself with content that might tempt him to go back to the bed. You can absolutely spend some time relaxing, but don't let your relaxation time become temptation time. And finally, tip number 10 involves meditation and mindfulness. These practices promote self-awareness and impulse control. By staying present in the moment and observing your thoughts without judgment, you can better manage those gambling urges as they arise. While Jason will get up every day and start scrolling on his phone, subjecting himself to all the constant gambling ads that he might find online, Leo will get up and immediately do meditation with breathwork. He gets the chance to warm up his body and mind before external temptations come along, so that he's ready to face challenges that arise during the day. That wraps up our comprehensive guide to overcoming gambling urges. Remember, dealing with these urges is a journey, not a quick fix. Experiment with these strategies and find out what resonates with you. Urges are a part of the journey, but if you treat them correctly, you can take the power away from them. While Jason is living in fear that he's going to fall into temptation and go back to the bed, Leo is ready to face the challenges that arise because he wants to live a happier and healthier life. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone that you think might benefit from what we discussed. If you or someone that you know is struggling with a gambling addiction, don't hesitate to reach out for professional help or help in general. Check the video description for additional resources that I've included in the free PDF guide that I put together. Stay strong and remember that you're not alone on this journey towards a happier and healthier life. Life really does get better, but all that happens one day at a time.